Movie review of Starboy, written and directed by Daniel Uzodinma, produced by Susan Ogutuga and executively produced by Tony Adeoye and Omoni Aboli. This movie titled Starboy is now streaming on Omoni Aboli Drama TV YouTube channel. Synopsis: may contain spoilers. Dikanal Oladi Meji Clinton Joshua lives with his mother Mama Bayo, portrayed by Yo Adesanya, with their only source of livelihood forcefully stripped off them, and their landlady constantly annoyingly raining curses upon insults on them. Dikanal becomes desperate for a breakthrough in his career. Using his talent as a side hustle, there seems to be light at the end of the tunnel until the past comes visiting the present. To find out how things played out, why not grab your popcorn and or favorite drink, munch, sip along as you follow events unfold in this drama with a runtime of 2 hours plus? My take: it was so refreshing to see veteran actress Ayo Adesanya here. It's been a while since I saw her. She always reminds me of the Most Wanted movie back in the 90s with Regina Askew, where Genevieve Nagy played a supporting role. Ma'am Ayo's acting, as always, was simply classic. She didn't have to try too hard to show it. Another impressive performance was from Sophia Chisom Soso, who played the character of Sade. Love how she brought her iconic skit-like humor to the movie. I didn't know Clinton Joshua CJ could sing. Wow, he's got a really lovely voice. I appreciate how they started by giving us the raw version of the singers' voices before and during the competition. So when they eventually turned to lip-syncing, it wasn't so bad. The story and plot are brilliant. Direction to followed suit. The sequencing was good. It's a relatable story that highlights second chances. Incredible to see decency and moral uprightness as depicted in Sade's character. Although there were many cliches in the movie, from a struggling widow to a prodigal son, to a badly behaved girlfriend, to a girl whose friend zoned but is willing to sacrifice. Yet all these worked seamlessly to make for a good viewing experience. Remarkable how this featured a popular owner of a big music record label in Nigeria via a phone conversation. That was dope gan. I'm particularly pleased about the combo of Clinton and Soso. Without kisses and any form of romantic display, a connection between them was established. My observation and questions: 1. What was the reason given for those men to close down Mama Bayo's shop and confiscate her goods? Did I miss it? 2. Sade was portrayed as a hardworking and ambitious young girl. But was she an orphan? Did she have a family? Till the end of the movie, there was nothing said of her background except for her POS business, which she intended to turn into a bank in the future. 3. Daniel Rocky delivered his role well as Bayo. But how was Dikanal exonerated from being implicated by association when word got out? 4. For how nasty, rude and condescending that unfortunate landlady was to Dikanal and his mother. I expected him to have moved his mother to another accommodation at the slightest chance of making some little money. He got paid for his gig. I mean, 1 million naira, as we were made to believe, was a pretty decent amount, right? 5. Bayo's return, though a source of intrigue, it really wasn't smooth as per continuity. From the flashback, We could clearly see that Decano wasn't so much of a child when Bayo made the decision he made. Yet, Decano seemed shocked, clueless and oblivious of the mother-son squabbles and long-standing disagreement later on. That didn't add up in my opinion. 6. Teo Familoni, who played the role of Don, reminds me so much of veteran actor Jake Asiegbo. Now, away from that, when Bayo mentioned he wanted out, Don wasn't going to let him off easily. What did he later do? We never got to see. Was Don behind Bayo's nemesis or downfall? Was it truly the handiwork of a disgruntled staff boy as presumed by Bayo? This wasn't clear either. 7. Movies are about believability, right? The setup, especially for the grand finale of the competition, was far from believable. It looked nothing like a show that was going to award 10 million naira to the winner. Proper attention wasn't paid to that aspect in terms of props and settings. To think that it forms a crucial part of the movie just makes it unforgivable, an oversight, I guess. Be that as it may, in spite of these flaws and missing links in the movie, this was a pretty enjoyable watch. The pace wasn't so bad either. Loved the ending. Predictable in a way and at the same time unpredictable in some other ways too. Casting was impeccable. Message passed crisp. Evil communication corrupts good manners. Be careful what you do, as not everyone gets a second chance at life. Learn to use your tongue to count your teeth. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. May we not find disappointment caused by our own hands at the verge of our success. Kudos to the cast and crew. This comes recommended at the rating above. Have you seen this? What did you think? I watched the movie and it's funny. I love how real they made Decano to once in a while be attracted to his best friend. That was so real. It's hard for people to be that close and go through a lot together without ever catching some feelings. I also love the deep chemistry between Decano and Sade without necessarily kissing. I have a problem with Joshua Clinton. Sorry, maybe I'm too carnal, but I like movies that they kiss at least. This dude never kisses in any of his movies, which I understand is probably his personal choices. Again, I don't like when they give him a role of a husband when he looks like an 18-year-old boy. You'd have to disabuse your mind from kisses, as that's not very essential in movies. Even Oibo Way introduced kisses, nor they kiss for all their films. Anyways, it's your opinion and preferences, but I like that CJ has a thing about kisses, which is now clear. I respect that about him. There mustn't be kisses in movies to portray chemistry. There have been movies where there are kisses without an adequate connection between the kisser and the kissy, so keeny big deal. I'm waiting on your review on the movie that is not yet on YouTube that features Daniel Edam and Balaji. Those is kisses a beg. Which kind man kiss on set like that? I think the title is Summer Rain or Summer Haba. Nigeria movie. Let tell the truth, I always follow this woman page because of non-bias of review of any movie. Other will just rate one, and if you see that movie it will totally off. I was really impressed with this review coming from her for YouTube movie. It means this movie worth to watch. Now you suppose rest cause if they're counting Jenny's toppest fans. Now front seat I day besides. What is wrong in playing a supporting role in a movie? Donald Trump played a cameo role in Home Alone 2 even though he owned the hotel they used in shooting the movie. A lot of top stars feature in supporting roles every now and again. So, dear kind sir, with all due respect, again I say rest. I rate it 5/10.